too.
Yeesh. My condolences, pal.
Yeah, she set foot in the bedroom once. I haven't seen her since. I didn't dare to go after her.
Oh, I wouldn't want to go in there either. But what's that smell?
Oh, sorry, we went over this. He's got a nose better than the
Cigarettes
chief.
and whiskey.
Yeah, with a hint of dirty laundry, but no, this is lavender?
Ah, that. Now, that's got to be the Ibanez dame. You know, the broad who gave me the letter. And the job, obviously.
Ah, pretty, huh? I can smell it. She's an exotic, too. An Impala, maybe?
Kind of nutty that he knows
Furry
this.
hell. That's why Chief Inspector Bloodboil hates you so much. He's jealous because your nose is better than a clucking bloodhound.
The bitter old dog. He just hates all foul.
Ah, true. Except for Monica.
Monica's a fairy, not a bird. So, what now?
Well, let's gather my stuff and head to the club. We gotta find out who this Natasha is and what she wants from us.
Let's
I mean, what
definitely
she
look together.
really wants.
After you, Boss Bird. I wouldn't like to touch anything in here anyway. If it's okay, I'll just stand around and stare out the window.
Sure, just do it quietly.
Anything new in the drawer? No.
My wife took all the good ones. She knew they'd only gathered dust here. And she was right.
Let me make sure this is running right. Quick. I have a sinking feeling it doesn't. No, it is. Okay.
You know, this city's outgrown us.
Why do you say that?
Oh, no,
don't
no,
be-
no, go
You
back.
know, this city's outgrown
I forgot I
us.
put on autoplay just now.
Why do you say that?
Well, don't you feel it? The whole place squeezing you. The polluted air, the sirens, and the smell of cordite.
Cornet.
Don't be such a drama queen. It's not the world that's changed, it's us. Clawville's Clawville. We're just getting older.
No, there really is something. You know the feeling of foreboding, of something wrong, of something bad on the horizon.
You're screwing my mood.
Yeah, but I'm not sorry.
No shit.
I'm gonna clean up here one day. Yeah, and one day the sun's gonna explode too.
I mean, that's true.
I suppose 2 shots was enough for today. At least until we learn what this Natasha woman really wants.
Have you started on your great novel yet?
I've already started working on my will, but I realized I'd have to leave everything to you, so cluck that.
Pity. I've always wanted a chicken coop smelling like old socks and bourbon.
You'll have to earn it first, Marty.
Hey, clean the place up. It could be real nice. Anything
So
new?
this is them.
Yeah, the Wild Gentlemen. They were role models when I was a kid.
Well, you must have been a weird kid, which ain't surprising. My idols were the White Wolf and Super Squirrel.
The White Wolf, eh? Explains a lot.
Super Squirrel.
You know, when I was back in Averia, Clawville and the whole let's live together in peace bullshit seemed like an unattainable dream. Those guys made it happen. The city rose from the ashes of the Great Fire.
Yeah, but look at it now. And what would have become of you if you hadn't ended up in Clawville? Maybe you'd even be happy?
Perhaps.
Damn.
The old days. You know, I miss him sometimes.
What? The hype? Us as celebrity cops?
Nah, the work, the buzz, the phone ringing at 4 a.m. and knowing if you pick it up, you'll be dragged into something terrible, because that's your job. And of course, you pick it up every clucking time.
I'm not sure it's healthy to enjoy that.
I
Hey,
agree.
no
Yeah,
healthy animal becomes a cop in Clawville.
Yeah, true.
Who's that shaggy creature?
That's M.B. Davis, you bird brain.
MB
Politician?
Davis.
Am I gonna have to smash your beak?
Oh, dang.
Seriously, I don't know who the hell he is.
Sonny getting angry for real, for real.
I didn't know you used to be a kindergarten teacher. But leather?
It's history, so back off.
I'm touched by the trust you have in me, Boss Bird.
There are things better left undisturbed, okay?
Yeah, got it. Man, I can't imagine how you feel. The only good thing you ever had, huh?
Shut up, Marty.
Sure.
Just a bunch of useless crap in there.
There's got to be something in there.
It would be best to board it up. It'd go well with this rundown neighborhood.
It may be run down, but somehow I still feel like it's honest.
Sure, you could live in Cockroach Town. That's an honest place, too. Has a similar stink.
Believe me, Marty, I thought about it.
Why am I not surprised?
Maybe in another lifetime, old bird.
Nothing to say about it?
You're getting older, Marty. You look like shit.
Ah, gee, thanks.
I thought angels don't grow old.
Leave it, will ya?
Sure. Boo-hoo.
Still have the others quite a bit boosted. Some. I don't. What is there for me to grab? There's nothing here. I already grabbed everything. I guess if I had left the gun, the cigarette, and the badge. A country inhabited exclusively with birds. It's a picturesque modern place, governed by a democratic parliament. It's supported by 2 seas, and its economy built mostly on air transport, commerce, and its aerial military. The country's on a neutral terms with almost every other nation except for the Great Meat War. It kept its standpoint out there on Main Street. Leather and fur used to be high fashion. Nowadays, especially in Clawville, the use of real leather and fur is quite rare. It's not totally legal to wear these kinds of clothes yet, if you can afford it, but it's quite despicable to admire. Civilian organization started by the foremost influential and wealthy animals in the city. The fire of 867 had almost entirely wiped Clawville off the face of the wilderness when the great wild gentleman intervened and built the city anew, using all their money and influence. They were heroes, or at least they were regarded as such. Some believe the fire was their doing. It was all part of a national conspiracy. But most likely, we'll never know the truth. There's nothing more for me to grab. So yeah, I guess it was just if I didn't grab stuff out of the drawer. Yeah. Talk about everything else. Where's the hot dog? So now we gotta go to Sour Club. Let's begin again.
Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in. We could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently. Ancient buildings were defaced by neon signs and billboards, like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
He's giant and he's bright white with his feathers. So I can imagine being conspicuous
this
is
is
hard.
the famous Tsar Club.
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first, we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and
What does
noble
what does it
primate
mean
community
in
of
this-
Clawville?
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
As you say, Boss Bird.
He seems to just relax with everything. What's this?
Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name? Lawrence? Lamar? No, Liam.
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest,
What's he doing?
Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all there in the head.
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today. I'll never forget that.
Should I thank him for that?
Or kill him for it.
You're reading
Jesus.
my mind, boss.
I'm not gonna talk to him yet.
Honestly, I think these types of women only see faceless tuxedos, cufflinks, and wallets. And in the mirror, they're just brooches, necklaces, and earrings.
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're women. They live by different rules.
That was kind of deep.
It's not. Just bullshit. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, teach me, master.
When you're old and wise like me, you'll realize none of it is worth a damn thing.
Wait, that was deep again, right?
Maybe it was, Marty. Maybe it was.
Amazing.
Bouncing.
Jeez,
Just
look
ran,
at that guy.
Right?
That's not a guy. That's a demon. Straight from the dog-eared pages of a cheap detective novel.
Wait, so is the
Yeah,
devil the
I bet
same?
his name's Bill.
Nah, he's definitely a Bob.
$5 for Bill?
Okay, I'm in.
Whoa, look at that. Isn't that the new...
It is, Marty. A brand new 942 Silver Hawk. Haven't seen such beauty since I left Averia.
Of all that's furry, whose is it?
Maybe it's Ibn Wessler's. I guess he's no paper tiger.
Yeah, he sounds like a fellow who drives around in one of these. Lucky bastard.
Oh, poster.
Huh. You know, seeing this, I can't wait for the show.
The girls?
New Year's Eve's once a year, right? And we're not on duty.
Have I asked how
You have a
Laura's
wife.
doing?
Whoa, hey,
Fiancé, yeah.
I was just kidding, okay? My relationship with Laura is unwavering, like the rhino beauty on this picture.
Interesting taste you've got.
Feathers, scales, or dermal armor, a lady's a lady, my friend.
Dermal
Thank
armor.
the wild gods for self-sacrificing gentlemen like you.
What does he mean, dermal armor? Who the hell's got dermal armor?
Do you remember when the Clawville Chronicle was a really high-quality newspaper?
You mean when they wrote something about us daily?
Yeah. What exactly happened to them?
Well, they got bored with us, Marty. And to be honest, so did I.
But still, here we are working together again. Funny, huh?
Yeah, hilarious. Why is that?
I don't know.
Rotating?
Because it's moving, I
Oh
guess.
my god.
You're a simple bird, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Well, at least he knows it. He accepts it. He's like, yeah, I'm just chilling.
One day, neon signs will cover the whole world. I'm telling you.
You read that in some kind of science fiction book?
No, it's just what I think.
Oh, so you have your own thoughts now. The world's really moving forward.
Pluck
They
off,
really give it to
Sonny.
each other. Jesus. It's always kind of tense. It's always got a little tense vibe to it. Let's see what we got in the codex real quick. Dr. Lewis. The Clawville Chronicle is the most read and highest quality paper in the city. It's so famous that it's also being read beyond Clawville's borders, and not just in the colonies. This was the paper that first published an article about the two heroic roosters, aka the Chicken Police. The article was written by Timothy Saltwater, the Seagull journalist who has since become somewhat of a legend himself. Lewis!
Sonny, my dear friend.
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner. But I'm sure you already know.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Pleasure's all mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence? Anyways.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
the legendary Chicken Police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
I see. Well, that's a shame.
See you inside?
I have something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then. Catch you later, pal.
Lewis, chill. Check me something
Let's
again?
not bother him again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's a no.
Let's not bother.
Okay, boss.
Let's not bother her.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, that's what
boss.
he said. That was the same thing he said, Lewis. Let's talk to the bouncer.
Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful, chilly night?
We're expected in the VIP lounge.
Uh-huh.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Nothing's easier, sir. Are you on the list?
The list? Yeah, I've,
Should be his name likely.
Tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
I can now ask him things. Was I able to click on that car that moved by? I wonder.
What can you
What's that,
tell me about
Natasha?
the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already, sir.
Just try me.
Well, she owns the place.
And, that's it? Well, that's, unbelievable.
Pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to say anything more.
At least he's not rude. He's really just chill.
Say, big guy,
I expected
you
him to be
know
rough guy.
Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a frequent visitor of the club.
Is that so? Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
Lewis comes here often, huh? Can we talk to Lewis real quick?
Look, Lewis, that bouncer over there.
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his manners are impeccable.
They
Am
are.
I right?
They
Yes,
are.
indeed, but it seems tonight we're not on his list.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. I get it. You'd like to go in, but he won't let you.
Yeah, something like that.
No, no problem at all. Come with me. I'll talk to him.
Much obliged, pal.
I want to give Lewis
Yeah,
a carrot,
thanks,
but I
bunny.
feel like that's also kind of racist.
Excuse me.
Ah, jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
What? Did I say something wrong?
Wait, what did I just miss? Wait a minute. Ah, shit. Okay. You're gonna talk to him now, right?
Sir, how'd you do?
Everything's fine, Mr. Ayworth.
Good.
Ayworth.
Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends. They're on the list, okay?
L'archulamonde, sir.
And as for you, you owe me one, gentlemen.
Thanks, old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you, as always.
Thanks, Lewis. Press lock, I guess. What is it? What is it gonna do? Let's not actually. Let's not. We're in. We're already in. Let's not push it.
The jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilled whiskey. Behind the bar, rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Tsar. Well, here we are.
So a little bit more.
Mother of...
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Ugh, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid suspicion.
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for real.
Was it not real before when you were on official case?
So, where the hell is Natasha?
Let's ask that stud over there with those nice gals.
That guy looks way too horny for my taste.
Oh man, your sense of humor is bad as ever.
You just need to get used to it again.
What this is the life, huh? What's this guy do? Real estate? Mob accountant? Or is he a movie star?
He looks like a coat hanger to me.
Damn.
That was actually worse than the previous joke.
Heh, I try. I was hoping to have missed the main event.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
So says the little butt jam.
But what?
What?
That's not even a word.
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
You know,
Okay.
Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
What is it, butt jam?
Nothing, old fart.
They're like two little kids.
A fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Ha ha ha. Very funny.
God damn, it just never stops. It never stops, I swear.
Remember that old case with the fox and the raven?
How could I even forget?
Absurd, right? All that bloodshed for a piece of cheese.
Yeah, hunger can bring out the monster in animals, right?
And the wildest and most primordial instincts, no matter how civilized they seem.
As you say, Marty.
Oh wow, I could just really look around here. Oh, there's links. That's all there's left. Oh, hey. Let's continue looking around. Why, he's just up in our face.
He has pretty long legs. I mean, pretty and long legs for a squirrel, but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate, remember?
Oh, Watch it. You gotta do it twice.
That girl is looking at me.
He
She's
really
just
wants
looking
to
at
go.
anyone whose glass is empty, Marty. That's all.
No, Sonny. She was staring at me like hard.
damn it,
I
Marty.
saw it.
Marty, you're imagining things. Oh, wait a second.
You see that, right? She's looking right at us with those big, black, weird squirrel eyes.
Okay.
Okay, Marty, don't panic. And just look elsewhere
What?
and walk away slowly.
Creepy little squirrel girl.
What? What? Why are they doing that? Why are they being rude? Can't say anything about the llama? Alpaca? Go!
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Totally not.
Of
No.
course he's not.
That's it? Okay.
Hey, Marty, I bet you wouldn't dare to go up to him and ask if he hasn't seen your fur coat.
What? Why? I'm mad, yeah, but not suicidal.
Ah, are you chicken or what?
Piss off, old bird.
What does that mean for them?
Chicken shit.
What does that mean for them? I want to know. I don't get the context. What's this? Veronica Cat. Robert Fuller. This done for hire. With Larry Cougar and
Oh, I know this fodder guy. He was kind of good in Death of the Horse.
You've seen every clucking movie.
You know, Laura and I go to the movies a lot. When was the last time you went?
Exactly 12 years ago.
Oh, you remember that precisely? Let me guess. Molly?
Yep, our very first date.
I see. What did you watch?
I don't remember. I just remember her. And nothing else.
You're a clucking poet. I mean it.
Ex-poodle. Air? Turmoil, animation, murder my tweet.
Ooh, I've seen this. Hicks Poodle plays a private eye, hired to look for a woman, then gets into some kind of blackmail thing that's connected to the first case. And
Hey, Marty,
what? Yeah?
I don't give a shit.
Damn. I want to know more. I want to know more about this world. Bandicoot. Hannibal Bug and Lois Bandicoot. The picture they were bought for? Big Sheep. Thomas B. Ankle. A Clawville Film Association Limited Production.
You think this is one of those movies where the femme fatale gets everything in the end and the poor detective's left stranded?
Yep,
Logan and-
just like life.
Cassidy Lupus and Cassandra Ruby Faye end. The loudest howl. He has the case. He has the girl. He has the gun. He is the Alpha.
Huh. Another Lupus movie. Jeez. Is there nothing today they're not trying to sell with this guy?
Whoa, don't be rude, Sonny. Lupus is a timeless genius. Have you seen Predator City? God, I'm still getting chicken bumps. But wait, who's that next to him?
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Nah, never heard of her.
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Oh, gods, even her name makes me go weak in the
Good
knees.
God,
Watch
Marty.
your blood pressure, pal.
Don't mind me, just women and guns are my only weakness.
Huh. No shit.
Okay, now to ask the turtle, or not the turtle, Now I want to ask the bartender. I want to see the bartender. I think I looked at him.
A man's best friend.
this
That's
good guy.
not a dog, Sonny. That's a horse. He just has a very
Man's-
weird
but
mane.
wait,
I didn't
wait,
mean
wait.
it. A man's best friend.
What do they mean a man's wait, so are they
that's
humans?
not a dog, Sonny. That's a horse. He
Do
just
humans
has a very
exist?
weird mane.
I didn't mean him, Marty. I meant the bar.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, because that totally makes sense.
Wait, why did he say man's? Why not chicken or an animal's best friend?
2 whiskeys, kid. And no horsing around.
Why?
I've never heard that one before.
Sonny, you gotta drive, you know?
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap water too, okay?
Why are you doing
Yes,
this?
sir. Coming right up.
Why are you being so rude? He gonna
That
spit in there.
wasn't exactly what I meant.
As I recall, you're always bragging about hiding your shotgun in your coat so well, no one can see it.
Sure. Maybe I have it with me now. What?
Well, do you see that bottle, Marty? That's a 28-year-old Golden Eagle whiskey.
Of all the furry gods, you're right.
And they've just left it on the bar. Someone ordered it, got so drunk he forgot all about it.
So we're confiscating it as evidence.
Yeah. Well, more like stealing it. But if it's easier for you.
You're twisted, pal. But to be honest, I've no objections.
Wow. Is it my bag? Do I have it? Oh,
Hey, there's Fillmar.
Who? Oh, yes. Fillmar. Because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia, way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
Sounds good. Like
pretty
the
smart.
blurb of some cheap pulp fiction book.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to.
How's he's calling himself Fillmar now? Fillmar loves Mrs. Falco Bergora. Male. Switch featured an absolutely average, forgettable guy and my old acquaintance from Averia. He's just staring.
Tell me, hey Breath, have you seen Natasha
Why you
tonight?
goddamn
Not
why,
yet,
son?
sir. But she's coming on soon.
Well, can you tell me anything about Mr. Ibn Wessler?
Sir, I don't want to.
What about, let's see, $5 maybe?
But, sir, you haven't even paid for your drinks yet.
Yeah, stop riding on the details, Big Nose. You
God
do your job,
damn.
and we'll do ours, okay?
I
Unnecessary.
mean, we're not here for work, of course. We're just here to relax.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just a little fun.
Of course, gentlemen. Gentlemen, your drinks.
Yeah, sorry, but we have to run. Thanks anyway, Bojack.
Bojack.
My name is not Bojack.
I tip you, pal, but I don't have any change, so...
Sure, sir. The Tsar welcomes you back anytime.
Sounds good,
Drink the
Bojack.
drinks. Okay. What's up,
Well, well. If it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Fillmar Lowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a Feather Pillow Mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Okay,
Jeez.
okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out. Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Fillmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
Interesting. So, don't get thrown out. Ibn. Uh-oh. Good old Phil Momus knows some Natasha the important things. I won't talk to her after I'm just nervous. It must be something really significant. Phil Marr, the name he goes by nowadays. He's an old comrade from before the Clawville times. He's one of the best private eyes in the city. And just like most of them, he gets in trouble with the law pretty often. Yet he's one of the very few people who can still be trusted in Clawville. Where's Ibn? Where's Natasha?
Isn't that...
Yes, it is. The great Ibn Wessler, in the flesh. So much for our incognito.
You think he noticed us?
Oh, absolutely.
Only if he's not entirely blind.
Great. That woman with Ibn, I think I know her from somewhere.
Maybe in your dreams, pal.
The memories are returning.
Geez, just spare me the dirty details.
Who is she? No way.
Just act nonchalant, my
Oh,
friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The Rooster Copper's in person.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course, of course. Chicken police. Your partner is, he is,
Marty McChicken, sir. I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Hey,
Oh,
you
yeah.
do the same thing. Come
I'm
on now.
so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood-red paint. The usual
I
stuff.
didn't choose to
You must
just
be familiar with this
talk
kind
about all
of
this,
thing.
but okay.
Oh yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter, but to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But I'm kind of busy.
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather tired. If you would excuse us.
She has no neck, really.
Dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
We've got a few questions.
Why is
if
he
you
so
don't
calm
mind.
and chill?
I'm at your service.
This makes him seem even more terrifying. The fact that he's just allowing us to talk with him. He does not see us as a threat in any way whatsoever. Olivia Blackwing. Clarice Corone. Unusually tall and slim for a crow. She's quiet and mysterious. Olivia is currently Ibn Wessler's assistant and okay, yep, makes sense. Okay. Finding out whether there's anything other than a working relationship between Miss Crow and Mr. Rack. Oh, there's gotta be.
Jeez, just...
Don't be shy, Dick.
All right, Mr. Wessler. Let's...
Ask.
Has your assistant been working for you long?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then. I've been in Mr. Wessler's employment for 6 months. Why do you ask?
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything. Just killing time.
It sounded rude to me.
Yeah, please forgive her, Detective. Olivia's a real firecracker.
The thing is, she's right there. She's right there. Could have asked her. It is incredibly rude to just act like she's not even there.
Everybody knows Mr. Hayworth. He's an antique piece of furniture in this city, so to speak.
Only a bit worn out.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, Detective, but the name of his family still rings quite loud in Clawville.
Is that still worth anything?
The name is just their name, of course, but the man behind the name is another matter, Mr. Featherland.
You're a pragmatic rat.
Thank you.
Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that. Listen, Detective. If you want to know something, please ask straight, huh?
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more professional.
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now, here I am.
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Shall we talk about something else?
Look, Detective, if you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr. Wessler.
Okay. Let's go to questioning them.
Wessler is a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall. Yet. How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Why didn't you just call the police?
Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that? A few messages aren't enough for a case. You should know that.
Harassment makes for a case. So do threats.
Who were you trying to convince, Sonny? Huh? They would have laughed in my face. Anyway, you know, the police station. Once I set foot in there, I'm not coming out again.
Could have sent a laugh.
Your lawyers are too good for that, Ibn.
Or,
Yeah,
that's a good reason.
I guess you're right, chicken.
That's like negative 15. Did I just lose some?
Why would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend?
I don't know, maybe because she's my girlfriend?
You think that's enough?
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Oh, are you finally getting to a point? Or do you really want to dig around in my private life? Because, people who do that end up in the alley, if you catch my drift.
Very much so, Mr. Wessler.
Okay.
Wessler is tougher than I thought.
Yeah.
And he's secretive. It's time to gently beat around the bush. Do you spend a lot of your time here?
It's a strange question, you know.
Humor me.
Yeah, and?
Of course I spend a lot of time here. I'm here every time Natasha performs. Sadly, yeah, it's getting rarer.
Is it compatible with your other businesses?
Huh? What? Writing threatening messages and hiding them?
I didn't say that.
You're sly for a foul, Featherland. But this ain't your territory, is it?
I guess not, Mr. Wessler. Business going well, Mr. Wessler?
Eh, Depends on which one.
Real estate, catering, charity, protection, extortion, bribing cops, contraband, the usual.
Funny guy.
How are the casinos?
Fine, thank you. Gambling has always been a good business. Luck is expensive around here.
Damn, if only I knew that. I heard gambling was illegal.
And I've heard you're not on the force at the moment.
Then it seems we have a fair fight.
On uneven ground, Mr. Featherland. I'm not sure I'd stand on it for long, if I were you.
That was candid.
I try to be clear.
Okay, let's go. We're going up halfway almost.
Is everything all right between you and Natasha?
Yeah, you don't beat around the bush, do you? Understandable,
That was
I guess.
one of the last few questions.
Naturally, our relationship is stable and perfect. I'm the setting, she's the gemstone. Yeah, if you know what I mean.
I rarely hear such poetry, but I understand exactly what you mean, Mr. Wessler.
So, you have your answer.
No recent friction?
Wouldn't you like to know?
It would make my job easier.
It would only lead you astray. So be glad that I tell you no. No friction.
Ibn is quick-tempered, and I can use that to my advantage. I've confounded and softened him with my previous questions. Now it's time to be specific and ruthless.
Specific and ruthless.
Have there been similar threats in the past?
Right to the point, yeah? I get it. But sadly, this is a dead end, my friend. No threats like these, whether you believe it or not.
Well, it really seems like a dead end, so I'll just back up and try from a different angle.
You do that.
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and muse. So, how was it? When was it exactly?
You don't remember? That's strange.
Yeah, the Millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
Really?
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
There are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
Okay, so this is my only
Do
question.
you live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Gold Town. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Every other weekend. Roughly.
I see. That's very important information.
If you say so.
She feels like she's in grave danger, yet still goes out alone. So specific. So I know.
Is she completely alone when she's there at the weekend?
As I've told you, Natasha's a free woman, huh? She's an adult. She doesn't need an escort. Or, She didn't need one until now.
Are you afraid for her? Well, you know, a big star like her, alone in that house.
I never said a black car doesn't drive by 2 or 3 times a day, but, it's just caution. Huh. I'm not a monster after all, am I?
I suppose not.
Oh.
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at, but I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but, in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. You're right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
Alright, I'm done. I got a 60% accuracy. I thought, let's see, dude, quite like the old time, still got it. The older you still remember some tricks. Okay, so he'll try to change his subject every now and then. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should, grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
She has a long upper body.
Goodbye.
Oh.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
It's like a noodle. Bright green eyes. Sunny's transfixed.
Sonny.
What just happened?
Chloe's still lying in my bed, and it's dead.
She even hypnotized Sunny. God dang.
That was, unique.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
You were amazing, dear. As always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
But of course.
Eben will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Hey.
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop, and a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance.
This is not gonna end well. Not gonna end well at all for Sonny. Oh, I'm already up here. Okay, so we're gonna get it.
Gee, that is a unique picture, and kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination. You got a beautiful place here, Natasha. A peaceful little island on the ocean of madness, with very classy furniture.
Ibn likes me surrounded by elegant things, you know?
You're an elegant thing yourself, sweetheart.
Oh, that's charming. Thank you, detective.
He just keeps going with the
Light
fighting, huh?
is the brother of
Oh my
darkness.
More like its lover, don't you think? Anyway, I thought I hired a detective, not a poet.
Right?
I'm not a poet, Natasha. Just a fool.
Oh, what an act.
What is this? What is this dialogue? Let's see. Anything else? Just a mirror.
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it. This woman's aware of her charm.
Oh, okay, so the same as the... Let's talk. Wait. No. I've got something to do. Clues. It's just about Ibn. There's more he wants to let on. Remarkably green eyes and definitely in trouble. So Ibn was acting quite strange and hesitated a moment. True.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
I'd
In
better
a
be not
glass.
to drink.
But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
Oh, you do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only a if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
Don't say it like that. Let's see, what have we done in the book? I got a question from Tasha. Mysterious woman, indeed, and seems dangerous. Absolutely. Absolutely. She's that means she's trying to shift the source of the problem worse than someone else. So which I can understand.
Seriously, how did you find me? Not even my boss knows where I live.
Although I didn't include Ibn in my little private mission, some of his resources were still available to me.
Yeah, let me guess. There's someone at the station working for him.
Someone? You're so cute when you're playing naive.
Have you ever had dealings with the police?
Not in this city.
And
This
otherwise?
city, huh?
Does it really matter, Mr. Featherland?
I think it does.
Maybe it does. More than a little.
I'm afraid you'll have to unravel that thread yourself. But you will find nothing but a dead end.
If you look at the dead end from the one angle, then there's nothing there.
Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be
So
careful.
weird seeing the
Every
front.
part of her oozes danger. That was a remarkable performance.
Why is she
I'm
doing
glad
color?
you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
Oh God.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
No, that's
All
not
right.
as important.
How
No,
old
that's not what's
were you?
important.
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
You're
Sonny.
quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game,
Damn it,
detective.
you're letting yourself
Oh,
get
you
beat
tell
up.
me. Do
So
you
the
think one of your
admirers-
admirers might be behind the threats?
Those
That's
who
not Ibn's
admire
too
me
early.
usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr.
You're a
Detective.
fool.
Ah, I see. Why Deborah? She's a nice girl, but why didn't you come to me?
Didn't you ask her the same thing already?
I did, but I like to hear it from all sides.
Exactly.
Well, since this whole thing started, I admit I'm not too keen on leaving my home. When I do, it's only with an escort.
Ibn Wessler has nothing to do with this?
Ibn has everything to do with me. Almost everything. But I didn't want to upset him with this. He thinks I'm overreacting.
Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know. What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So,
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it
I
could
have
be.
no clue. I have no clue.
Whore.
What?
Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And
I
yes,
know what I was thinking.
that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
Don't ask about Fillmore. I'll talk to Fillmore. I'm not gonna ask her about it. Not gonna just suggest you lie low. Threats having to do. No one's ever seen a culprit on your shadow.
Could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you?
You mean I'm a cat and he's a rat?
Every interracial relationship has risk, but yes, this one's more conspicuous than most.
Clawville's a very open and free city, but I guess you see more radical transgressions than I do.
One of the most common causes in homicidal and predatory cases, ma'am. So, yes.
Well, I don't know about that. Nobody ever questioned our relationship openly. We are what we are. And you know, if you're interested in my personal feelings, danger fills our relationship with a flavor no other can replace.
It must
Okay.
be one interesting relationship, that's for sure. I'm not sure I can feel the same, but I can certainly understand it.
Maybe one day you'll experience it, Sonny. Have you ever been with a predator before?
Well,
Well,
that's unsteady ground, Natasha. Let's turn the questioning around, if you don't mind.
as you wish, Sonny.
How many fools like me have you used up, Natasha?
In all my life, well,
I just forget it. I don't want to know. Curiosity killed the cat. No pun intended.
I'm just joking. You're not a fool, Sonny. I know that was supposed to be a kind of insult, but it usually rolls right off me. I can't take cock-a-doodling, so you can put aside the strutting stuff while you're talking to me.
Fair point. Broadcast received, ma'am. Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here. Let's stop beating
Yeah,
about the
true,
bush.
true.
How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You
What does this
knew
have to
very
do with her?
well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you, no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator, or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
He threatened
Yeah,
to do something
Natasha,
to you.
you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
It's a lie. You were able to find where he lived.
I did.
Yeah.
I
yep.
knew. I checked you out before I sent
There it
Deborah.
is.
Luck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing.
There's a lie. Okay. Why did that go down so much? Why Sunny specifically?
What exactly
Let's
do you
do that.
want from me?
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them, whoever they are, and
Whatever it takes.
not exactly, but something like that.
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified, Natasha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon as you can. Money's not an issue.
All they do. Only 40%? Dang.
Just
that wasn't good.
one more thing, Sonny.
Natasha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
Try to circle
It's
around.
something I
functioning.
keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
But you go around with an
Isn't
escort.
Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know,
Please, this is very important to me.
sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
New item.
Goodbye, Sonny.
I'm assuming it's the address. Okay, let's see. Tasha's afraid of freeze genuine. She isn't telling me anything. Let's see. Tasha reminded me of her weekend house. She knew something in the situation. In this case, threat, or rather, threatening words, no less or sound. Tasha says simply words. Brief, this is not regardless.
So, why Deborah?
I could not seek you out in person. It was
Why
risky even
not?
to send Debbie.
You can
It's
go to
too
this
late
weekend
now.
house.
Mr. Wessler is aware of my little investigation.
I'm sorry I got her mixed up in this. She's a lovely girl.
She looked like one.
I don't understand that. You still go around to the weekend house. You're about to tell me to go there with you to make sure Ibn and his men don't see it. But you go with an escort, no matter what. You have people following. Doesn't make any sense.
Why did you name it the Tsar Club when you took over? It was the Millions before.
Maybe you can guess my origins from my name and my accent. I come from the eastern Tsardom of Stavonia. We are quite respectful of our leaders.
You feel that's not the case here in Clawville?
Here? No. Absolutely not, Mr. Featherland. Many here don't even know the name of their king. To them, he's only the Fox King. It's quite disrespectful and rude.
There's some truth to that.
Where I'm from, we choose our leaders ourselves, and whatever they do later, we proudly stand by our decision.
So that's why the name, in respect to your country.
Don't take me for so sentimental. It's only partly the reason. We lived there until I was 14. Then we had to flee. It doesn't matter why. In the end, I was the only one who made it to Clawville. So the name isn't because of nostalgia or respect. More like a reminder.
May I be brash?
It's New Year's Eve. Everything goes tonight.
Ibn, do you love him?
In my own way, yes, I do.
Whatever that means.
You can't understand this, Sonny. There are women who can't actually love. Not like they're supposed to. But that doesn't mean they don't love however they can.
That's not a real answer, is it?
If you only accept yes or no, then yes, I love him.
So this message...
I'm sorry I had to upset you, Sonny. But if I didn't take that step, would we be talking here right now?
Well, probably
Why,
I'd be
Sonny?
dead drunk and counting sheepmen in my dreams.
I'm good for you, you see?
You're a real angel. Why just me? What's wrong with my partner?
Nothing in the world. I just like to be discreet. I wanted to talk to you in private because of Molly.
Thank you for your discretion. It means a lot.
Don't mention it.
So, who's this Olivia bird?
I know well what you're curious about. You want to know if she's sleeping with Ibn.
The thought may have crossed my mind.
You men. But guess what? Maybe she does.
You don't care?
As long as he loves me, I don't.
Well, that's your business. What do you know about her?
She's not the one threatening me. You can be sure of that. I know that was your next thought. The lovesick assistant is jealous of the boss's girlfriend and wants to flick her out of the picture. It would even stand up, but Olivia doesn't have feelings.
What do you mean?
If she let Ibn sleep with her, it's because she does what he says, nothing more.
That was so honest and raw, I'm inclined to believe it. Do you have a light, Natasha?
No
I'm
one's gonna have
sorry.
one.
I've never smoked.
That cigarette's not gonna
Really?
be lit until the very end
That's
of the
very
game.
uncommon in your line of work.
It was
calling it
uncommon
now.
in all
I'm
my
calling it
previous
right now.
lines of work too. But I promise the next time we meet, I'll bring you a box of matches.
I might take you up on that.
No trouble at all.
That makes me think I shouldn't
Well,
smoke it then.
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
You thought Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
Huh? Let's see. Look. Sardom, Stavonia. Or from that time she made it to Clawville. Shoot. Devoid of emotion, which precludes her from standing behind threats. Doesn't mean she's not Ibn's lover. It's a bleak world of the proud Stavonians, mostly inhabited by predators and big cats. The political situation between Clawville and Stavonia is quite tense and delicate for both historical and commercial reasons. The Stavonia saw them as the biggest loser of the meat war, and most animals have been considering them the potential trigger of the second meat war, and the biggest threat to the meat of the modern world. So I take it none of them eat meat anymore. I think that's what this is all about. They all eat like plants and fruit. Shit. Two-headed continent, Altera, maybe only the second biggest of the three continents in the wilderness, but it's the home of the most advanced and most influential states in the world, like Nautica, Gustavo Sardum, Averia, Vilcia, and Svalaso, Valavoslavia, or the Fron Empire, and of course Clawville, a city with 1,000 colors. Hector III, or as most animals call him, the Fox King, is the third member of the Luxius dynasty. Although Clawville is a small state, its king is amongst the most influential animals of the wilderness. Not because the city is actually important, but the riches of its faraway colonies. There you are, Filmar.
So, have you talked to Natasha?
In fact, yes. She was, kind of mysterious.
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it closely.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
So he was down there.
That sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Ah, old croakers. You're safe while I'm here. Okay, I didn't say anything.
Ask him.
We stepped into it, didn't we? We stepped into it.
Phone numbers?
Of all that's furry, what kind of a list is this?
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Filmar. This could be important.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
Oh, this isn't a clue. I only recognize a few names of those Filmar shoved in my hand, but of all of them belong to the respected elite to Clawville. It could be a wedding roster, but I doubt that's the case. Natasha. Those are the opposing names was Natasha. Those are threats, too. Okay. Seems Filmar also used to work with Natasha, but got out of the case before the ground got too hot. Anyway, he kept a piece of evidence. This is any PI would, which can be very useful to us. Weekend hours. Natasha could think as weekend hours. It stands out the cleanest and most separated port of the city in Flowerville. Curious about what she's hiding there.
The truth is, Ibn's a dirty bastard. But he's likable. It must be his charisma that snared Natasha.
Maybe there's more to it than simple wild love.
Who knows? Animals commit the dirtiest of deeds for wild love.
You've got a point.
He's probably not going to
We
talk about it
stepped into it, didn't we?
That's an understatement. All of these names,
Belong to the upper crust. Yeah, I noticed.
it's only some sex cult, if you're lucky.
Don't even go there, Marty.
God damn it,
all
Marty.
right.
Wonderful girl. Either I'm gonna kill her or I'm beginning to like her.
That's funny. I swear I've heard that before.
To be honest, me too.
So, Natasha invited us to her weekend house.
That's either very good news or very bad news.
50%. That's not that bad, is it?
That's an admirable attitude.
Attitude, yeah, he's got that. Most of the time, I think that's all he's got.
Hey,
Filmar, if we don't come back, you need to kill her.
Who is this woman anyway? She's like Ibn's shadow. Nobody knows anything about her.
I don't know if she has anything to do with the case, but it's worth keeping an eye on her anyway.
I'm sure she does, and the
More
guy
women,
even gave
more
his
trouble.
businesses
You
too.
already fantasizing.
Even the sight of young women make me tired. Anyway, most people say she's the rat's lover too. But next to Natasha, I doubt he'd want her. Anyway, the pussycat would have already torn her to shreds.
Could be.
That's all the questions I can ask. Weekend house, hot dog.
nice cup of coffee a la Zip, huh?
We're not here for the coffee, Marty. Zip always knows more than what he lets on. It'd be worth interrogating the old trash panda.
If he forgave us for wrecking his joint last time.
He'll never forgive us, Marty, but we helped him out of trouble so many times, he's not gonna have any choice.
I hope you're right, old bird.
I'll ask him about the list next time. So this is it. I'm tired